match. I believe we're going to have 5 Immortal players in this match, if I'm not mistaken, which is quite exciting as we load into the Agent Select here.
That's right. Danny Lau style will be on defense with Juicy on attack to get things started for us. And this is also an important match because both of these teams are 2-0 currently. So that means whoever loses this match, it will be their first loss of the tournament. And between these two undefeated teams, these two titans in the tournament so far, that is an exciting prospect. We're finally getting to see these monsters clash head to head as we load into Ascent here. What do you think of the comps?
I'm very interested in that Astra on Made You Look on the defense. We've only seen Astra played once so far in this tournament, so I'm hoping to see some very flashy plays out of her. And otherwise, a lot of utility on both sides, and a lot of damage as well on the side of the defenders. I'm sorry, I can't remember which team that is right now. I'm a
Danny
little
Lau
mixed up.
style, the one and only.
DLS. All right, Kernez and Jason Cow on the Jet and the Reyna. That's going to be a lot of damage potential, and only just the Jet, excuse me, on the side of the attackers. I'm wondering how that will suit them on defense for the first half of this game, but we will see.
Yeah, definitely a bit lacking in terms of control for some of the tight chokes that can happen on this map. But I think both teams are going to make it work just because they have the awareness on the map to rotate around as needed. And we're starting on Kurinez here because he has got that revolver in hand, looking for a cheeky shot in middle. Meanwhile, Bikes is taking a few shoulders here, but Jason Cow peeks out, gets a lot of damage, but no kill. No trades yet. People playing it conservative here, and I like that. I like the strats coming out here as not Wardell gets into a little gunfight, but it is still just peppering at each other so far.
Yeah, not going to be able to pick up anybody with that recon bolt as Tabad one picks it up pretty quickly, but yeah, we're seeing all of Team Juicy running into mid lane, trying to make something happen onto that A site, but they're getting held off pretty well. And Made You Look goes down, or sorry, Juicy goes down to Made You Look. Fruits takes down Justin as well. 2v5 now for the remaining members of Team Juicy, and now a 1v5 for Bikes. Can he make something happen here with 2 HP and a dream? No, he cannot. Fruits takes him down as well for the flawless pistol round.
That was gorgeous out of the side of Danny Lau style. They just controlled the map so effectively, just slowly but surely whittling down the side of Juicy, getting them weaker and weaker with those pistols. It doesn't matter if you're not getting the one-shot headshots when you're just nibbling away at them, right? 15, 20 HP at a time, it adds up when there is no dedicated healer on the attackers, and that's a great play as a result. They get the pistol and likely the clean anti-eco as a result, nothing being invested at the side of Juicy.
Looks like Kurinez going for a big save here, just picking up a Sheriff. We may see them trying to save and go for an AWP in the next round. That would be absolutely massive. Bikes taking a couple pot shots onto Jason Cow there, but he's going to be able to get out. As that Astra smoke comes down. Ooh, gets popped by Justin, who gets traded out by Fruits. That's a good trade for the side of Juicy. So Jeklov going down as well. But still, you'd like to see someone going down in an anti-eco like this, or in an eco round like this, excuse me. And Bike's just mowing down 421 Fruits with that SMG that he picked up off of Jason Cow's body.
Yeah, and they're getting as much done as they can on this eco. You see that they've been picking up all of these ultimate charge orbs across the map. They're really just trying to stack up the charges on their ultimate while they're in this eco situation, trying to be efficient and effective while they don't have the superior weaponry. And now they've even managed to recover an SMG, so they're not out of this round yet as Bikes makes a cheeky little jump into mid here, slowly clearing out the map. If they go onto this B site, they could isolate a player.
30 seconds left.
They very much could, and it looks like they're going to be going for the push as Wardell starts to make his way onto A. Going to try to shoot the door down. Will Kurinez? No, Kurinez will go down to not Wardell. Made You Look in the back is able to pick up Bikes, but will it be enough to secure the round? Made You Look. Not Wardell in a 2v1. He's going to have to be very careful not to get collapsed on here, but Made You Look doesn't have a lot of HP. But he's got enough to take down Not Wardell and secure that round. Still Still a very clean round from the side of Team Juicy, excuse me, managing to damage that eco a little bit, and I think that's about as good as you can ask for on a round like that.
Yeah, absolutely. They got so many ultimate charges, right? They were finding those orbs all across the map, got a ton of power. You can see, despite being down 0-2, that most of their ultimates are on a similar charge level to their opposition. So really great to see, despite the circumstances that they've been in. They made it very close, very mixy there at the end, ending up with the 2v2 post plant. It could have gone either way, but the shots were just not there. So now they've got the full 5 rifles against a pretty weak buy on the side of the defense. A bit of a bonus round here, perhaps, if they're able to get something done, or at least lower that economy on the side of Juicy on attack. That'd be great, but they're looking to fire on this A site. The drone is spotted out, and hopefully Fruits can get something done, but with just a Sheriff, it's not looking likely.
No, it is not, and they're just playing this very safe, very conservatively. Don't want to push through that Astra smoke. They're just going to try to walk away and maybe go for a little rotate through mid or onto B. And then we can see lots of shots going down mid. Not really at anybody in particular, but it's pinning down Made You look pretty well. And Juicy sneaking by himself. Going to be joined by his teammates in a little bit, but they're just going to try to slide on over to B site as everybody else runs around to join him. The Cypher is holding this angle down with the camera. May be able to hear them or spot them out as they approach. That Astra smoke goes down, but they've got to be careful for the tripwire. And Cypher is going to know they're coming. But will it be enough?
30 seconds left.
Yeah, he's in the site. They haven't found him yet, and he manages to get one. He's got a rifle for himself, too. He finds another. The bad one is going huge in this round, but he's got to reload, and he's taken out by Bikes. 421 Fruits on the other side, trading out some kills. The flash comes through, and Bikes overwhelmed there. Not Wardell looking for the plant. He gets it down in the end, even picks up a kill on Jason. No, he's actually got 2 on Akurenes. Now this is a 1 versus 1. Massive life advantage for the defenders, but not Wardell could clutch this out. Oh, but the wall bang! 421 Fruits comes in with a big play, uses the arrow there to not only get the information, but secure the kill. The wall bang is immaculate, and that is a great recovery. Not Wardell is fuming about that one, no doubt. He had the clutch in his eyes.
He really did, but against Sova, even as Sova, you can't be too careful about getting spotted out. Just unfortunate. I didn't even know that was bangable, if I'm going to be honest with you, so good on you, Fruits. You made me learn something today.
Right here.
Yeah, it was a nice little play there. Just understands his agent to the highest level here, and that's what you see out of these Immortal players. It's not just the raw gun skill coming out. It's not just their aim that is immaculate. It's the ability to space themselves out and make the full use out of their agent's abilities. As we see here, Fruits uses the arrow, gets a lot of information that they're stacking up on the A side of the map, and as a result, 4 defenders looking to rotate over here. Will it be enough to compete with these ultimates as Juicy Sushi, not Juicy Sushi, excuse me, Bikes has popped his on the offense?
I'm wondering if they're going to be able to make a push through here, but it looks like, excuse me, it looks like they may just fall back. Bruce gets picked up by Jekblov, as does Jason Cow. A really nice little spray there to get them both. And that's going to secure that A side for them as they push on. A lot of utility going to block off that one channel where the 2 members of a DLS are trying to push through. Made You Look manages to take down Not Wardell. Is he going to be able to do much else from there? That Viper ult is going to be quite huge, and the Astra ult as well, blocking off that site. Jekblov taking down a 3rd, but getting traded out by the bad one. Juicy Sushi. 1v1 left now. Oh, the bad one picking up his 3rd kill of the round onto Justin. Justin unfortunately not able to secure that for his team. But very nice round, especially from Tabad1.
Oh no, you really hate to see that. He really just had the round handed to him on a silver platter, but it doesn't end up going his way. The bad one comes up big there in the clutch. He gets it done, but I mean, the miss spray as he's falling there really hurts. That's the kind of thing that demoralizes your team. It's the kind of thing that keeps your confidence low, means that you're not going to maybe make the same aggressive plays, the same outgoing plays that you would normally. So I'm hoping to see Juicy maintain the aggression, maintain the pressure on the map, and not let it affect them too much. We'll see as they're stacking up towards A once again. This has been their bread and butter so far.
Two players running out into mid. They've got a nice smoke there to cover their escape. As unfortunately, Kern has just missed that op shot. But Made You Look sprays down Jekblov and Juicy Sushi. And that's going to be some big picks early into this round. Wardell managing to get the plant down. But with two players down, they're going to have to be very careful. Make that 3 as Jason Cow just pops Spikes in the back of the head.
They're playing at this site. Nice and slow, waiting for numbers. Just ensure that they can trade it out. Kurinez gets the opener there with the op. Under Heaven is not Wardell, gets one, but it ends up being cleaned up. No problem for the defenders. Now a 5-0 start for Danny Lau Style, one of the fan favorites, and they are showing why. So explosive, so coordinated, some big performances out of the bad one and Made You Look so far, but no one on the team is falling behind. That's what you like to see out of a high caliber team, is that everyone is playing their part. No one is a slouch in terms of the fragging or utility. Everyone contributing to these round wins, and it's what keeps them so far ahead, what keeps them in this 5-0 as Juicy takes a timeout.
It absolutely is. And if I had to guess, I'm assuming Juicy is just trying to coordinate their mental, figure out where their strats are going wrong in these rounds, what's going wrong for them, why they're falling so far behind. What do you think is going on?
I think it's got to be a case of just losing confidence, right? I mean, this is a team of immortal players. They don't feel like they should be losing gunfights. They don't feel like they should be losing around the map. And, you know, when you are mostly a solo queue player, maybe don't play in the 5 stack as much, there are things you can get away with in solo matches that you can't get away with against a coordinated 5-man team, which is exactly what Danny Lau Style is. Sure, they're not as high rated, but when they're playing so well together, when they're coordinating their ultimates, when they are doing immaculate plays together on these retakes, you can't rely on gun skill to take them down. I want to see a little bit more coordination and teamwork out of the side of Juicy. So I'm hoping that this timeout is them reminding each other about that, reminding each other that if they work together, they can get back into this game no problem, as they have the full 5 rifles.
I think you're 100% right, and I would love to see it as well. They're going to be going for a big stack onto the B side here. Maybe one member looking mid. Ooh, Kern has nice little pick with the op to start the round, falling back as the team goes. Fruits trying to get some damage down with that Sova ult. Maybe lands one hit to Bad One, taking out Bikes, evening things up. Jekblov, though, taking out Made You Look. And as well as 421 Fruits. Jekblov turning into a bit of a monster this round.
Yeah, and those are 2 players on the rotation, so all of a sudden there is an isolated player on A here, number 1, but he is able to pick up that kill. Jason Cow, such a clutch kill in this moment, because even though the spike is here for the plant, it means he's delayed for a little while. His teammates are able to rotate, and now they have numbers advantage for this retake.
Yes, they do, although all going the same route. They're going to get blocked off by that smoke. Kurinez trying to get something done with the knives, but not going to be enough, as he and Jason Cow get taken down, and now it is all up to Bad One. And it's not going to be enough. He's going to get popped in the head by Justin. Very nice little defense from not Wardell and Justin there to take the first round of the game for Team Juicy.
Yeah, and I actually really like the idea there from Danny Lau Style. It was a nice little hover from Kurinez with the knives, looking to get a cheeky little angle so that all 3 of them can be peeking simultaneously, but they just missed their shots. It really is all you can say, and you really hate to see it, because the set piece was there, the plan was there, but things just don't go their way. And hopefully now it means Juicy is getting a little bit of confidence, getting a little bit of momentum here as they stack up at the B site once again. Maybe this time they end up full committing.
We can see the buys from them are looking a lot more impressive than they are from the side of DLS. Not much to work with on the side of DLS there. Econ is looking pretty bad. But yeah, we can see Team Juicy bursting onto the B site. Kurinez trying to spray them down. That Marshall popping off from Jason Cow. Nothing really happening with it. Bikes taking out Kurinez. The Bad One manages a pick on Bikes, but Justin trades out 2 in return. And not Wardell trying to do something with that Sova ult. as Jason Cow is the last one left on 4 HP. Justin with a 4-piece to finish up that anti-eco round. And 2 on the board now for the side of Team Juicy. Very, very nice play from them there.
Yeah, great to see them string a couple rounds together. If it was just the one and they continued on this little loss spree, then it's easy to dismiss. But now that they have 2 in a row, you cannot ignore that this team is starting to get things together. Now, granted, it was a bit of an anti-eco, not exactly the perfect buy, just a bunch of sheriffs in hand for the defenders, but this is your chance to prove yourself. It's a full buy from both sides, the defenders having an operator, but the attackers not so. Can Kurinez make something happen here in the middle of the map like he has in so many rounds in their games, or is it going to be another offensive round as they stack up at the A site?
Like it's going to be a very fast push. Trying to get some vision, trying to get some utility down. I think the 2 Silva drones are going to run into each other here. But one sneaking through the smoke before it gets taken down. Just trying to get some information. Neither Silva drone going to be able to pick up too much, but Jason Cow is able to pick up Jet Blob as Bikes makes a very aggressive hold there. Lots of kills going down. 3v3 right now as the spike goes down from Mount Wardell. 4-2-1 Fruits sitting at the top of the site, just getting poked off and smoked off. Not going to be able to do too much. They've got a very tight hold on this site right now. And that recon arrow might be huge, as Not Wardell is left in a 1v3. Gonna take down one, and unfortunately gonna get traded out. And that's gonna be the round for the side of Team DLS. It's 4-2-1 Fruits hits the defuse.
Yeah, 6-2 now for them, and that was a big round to win, you know. Back on the full buy, making sure that they're stopping the momentum out of the side of Juicy. I was very worried there, though, because they were so far out of that A site. Despite having the information that execute was likely to happen, they had the drone go in, but they only had one person actually lurking in the site, and he's playing heaven, an angle you're likely to fall off of when the execute comes in. So I would like to see Danny Lau style be a little bit more proactive, get a little bit more map control early on. At the very least, if you're only going to have one person lurking in a passive way at the A site, I want to see something aggressive on the other side of the map, but maybe that's what Kurinez is going to opt for here as he uses that op in the tunnels. No one there to match him. Instead, stacking up at this middle and A corner is Juicy.
Yeah, this has really been a battle of information in almost every round so far, as both teams just try to suss out what the other side's strategy is. And we can see Juicy just creeping up towards that A site. Might be able to spot out Made You Look here. We will see. That Astra Smoke does go down. Gonna block off Juicy there from pushing too far up. But I think he's just gonna opt to sit in that smoke and wait for it to go down as the rest of his team rotates around the map. And we can see a little bit of... Ooh, Kurinez with a nice shot to take down Jekblov on the B site, and that's going to make things a little bit more tricky for Team Juicy. It looks like they're going to commit to A now, a little bit slowly. 4-2-1 Fruits popping Wardell. Bikes manages to trade him out, and Juicy takes down Made You Look as well. 3v3, they've managed to even it up somehow.
Yeah, and the spike is even going down to boot. The players are rotating in. They're not too far, so now we have this 3v3 post plant, a little bit of utility on either side. I wonder if we will see any ultimates come out here. Justin, Jason Cow, and Bikes all having theirs ready. Maybe not going to opt to use them. Justin Cow clearing out Heaven here. Doesn't know that there's 2 players in CT, but under Heaven, does he... Does. Gets that kill, no problem. Peeks again, picks up another on Justin as Kurinez flies into the site, but the bad one trades out Juicy Sushi despite his best efforts picking up one for himself. And once again, the defenders reign supreme. The bad one cannot be stopped. This guy is beasting. 12-3 so far on the half.
That quick little peek on Justin was pretty filthy, I won't lie to you. That was some high-speed gameplay to just run around the corner and pop him in the head like that. That's, I don't know. That would never work for me, but I'm glad it worked for him.
Yeah, and those are the kind of plays that you can really only make when you're feeling it, right? When you are confident. If you don't have the confidence to make an aggressive challenge like that, you're never going to go for it. If you're missing your shots, if you're down on yourself. So I'm loving that out of Jason Cow. He is on the bottom of the board for Danny Lau style, but he still has the confidence to make aggressive game-winning plays, an essential quality in a player.
This Spike's going to be able to get a pick with that ultimate. Misses the first shot, misses the second shot. So no, he is not. But that's a losing one. Juicy Sushi goes down to Meiji Look through that smoke as the door goes down. And everybody on their team is spotted out now as DLS starts to rotate over. Got 2 up in heaven.
Spike planted.
That Astra ult does go down to wall off that site. Lots of gunfire, but not too many kills coming down. Meiji Look takes down Justin, but gets traded out by Jekblov. Kurnez takes down Jekblov. Bikes takes down Kurnez. The bad one takes down Wardell, and now it's a 3v1. Ooh, Bikes, and Bikes gets traded out by 4-2-1 Fruits. That was an interesting little chain of kills there, but a very fast round at the end. Closed it out very quickly from the side of DLS. Nicely executed.
Yeah, that was great stuff out of them, right? You know, not getting too panicked by these aggressive takes out of the side of Juicy. They really have just been executing onto this A site over and over. And while they do get the spike down every time, they are not holding it together on these retakes. I think they're just playing too standard. It seems like every single round they have someone under heaven, around the quad box stack, you know, just playing these generic positions. There isn't any creativity or thought going into the post plant other than a generic solo queue crossfire at best. So I want to see some more thought-provoking plays out of their side. I want to see some more, you know, sort of preparation in these rounds. As Fruits uses the ultimate. What a first blood. Finally, when they do go B, they get completely shut down. Maybe this is why they haven't been going here, as the Killjoy is active and unlikely, I should say, to apprehend anyone. The bad one is also here, a top fragger. He sprays through the smoke, but isn't able to pick up a frag.
Unfortunate, and 3 members of Team Juicy sneak onto that site. The Viper ult does go down. As you can see, the smoke covering that entire site. And Fruits manages to pick up Juicy Sushi, so it is a 3v5 with not a lot of health remaining. As Kurnez and Jason Cow spray that site down. Kurnez going in with the ult. But I think everybody's going to be dead before he gets there. Nope, he does manage to take down Justin. 4-2-1 Fruits with the triple that round. Very, very nice defense from the side of DLS. They seem to be unbreakable.
Yeah, these post-plant situations have just been so good out of them. I mean, every single round it feels like the spike is going down, but in the end they're able to recover and defend accordingly. Just shows the preparation and coordination that this team has. It's not something that comes overnight. This isn't something you can consistently pull off with just a pickup squad. You can tell that these guys have really put in their work, that really understand how to retake the site together and understand each other's play styles. Because without understanding each other's play styles, how are you going to make these retakes work?
You really can't. I think you're absolutely right. They've got some incredible synergy between the 5 of them. And as we head into the last round before the side switch, we can see a straight up A rush from the side of Team Juicy. They're going to get smoked off, but let's see if they let that stop them. I don't think they will, as the Sova ult comes down. Big damage onto Fruits. Jason Cow takes down Juicy Sushi, but Justin rushes in and trades him back out as Fruits gets gets taken down by that ult. Excuse me. Spike will go down from Not Wardell. 3v4 in this defense from the side of DLS. Gonna be a little bit tricky to retake this site, but as you said, those default positions are gonna be potentially their downfall, as they know where to expect. Wardell hanging a bit farther back might be the key as they go to retake the retake. Ooh, Bike's taking out Kurnez. 2v4 now. Meiji Look is on the site, but will they have enough time to clutch this out? Bikes takes out to Bad One. All on Meiji Look, and Meiji Look goes down to Jekblov. Good to get that last round before the next pistol round.
Yeah, definitely sets you up nicely for the second half. If they can win the pistol here, I won't give up on Juicy just yet, but what a commanding start out of Danny Lau's style on the defense there. Really showing their stuff, showing how coordinated they are and how effectively they're able to retake the sites. Who cares how nice your execute is when you're just broken in the post plant every single round? Nice of them to finally get something back at that last final round. Seems like they're finally starting to figure out how to hold the site together, but it's just too little too late. Now, it's on Danny Lau's style to keep this momentum rolling, get this pistol win on the offense, and just shut out Juicy in this game.
It is, and I would like to say, I'd like to point out, I'm pretty sure that this has been round for round the exact same scoreline as we saw last game.
It might be, even down to those pistol wins. It's a
I
never-ending
think it's
battle
been
in the back
the
and
exact
forth.
same, which is
Yeah.
very interesting to me personally. Kurnez getting poked down a little bit, spotted out from a couple players from the side of Team Juicy. Wardell just going to take him down. I'm not sure why he didn't shoot back there. Justin takes down Jason Calvert, gets traded out by the bad one. Made you look, taking down Jack Blob, as Not Wardell is just kind of sitting there on the A site, but the attackers are sliding over to B a lot quicker than people are reacting from the side of Team Juicy. And I think they're going to be able to get onto the site pretty cleanly, as that Killjoy turret is the only one to pick them off. Although Juicy Sushi does manage to take down Made You Look.
Cage triggered.
And
Yeah, that's
the bomb,
a cheeky little kill to get.
it really is. And the spike is going to go down here. Lots of Sova arrows of all different kinds going over towards that defender spawn. Spawning out a couple people. Ooh, it's a bad one with a dirty little pick onto bikes. And Juicy Sushi and Not Wardell left in a 2v2 against
remaining.
Fruits. Never mind. Not Wardell popping heads with the Sheriff, taking down both members of Team DLS and getting around on the side of Team Juicy. Very nice.
Not Wardell is a joke. Are you kidding me with that second kill? Through the wall like that, just spraying?
Out of
Oh
charges.
no, that is a tragedy. That is a comeback in the making, if you ask me. I'm calling it here. This game is going the distance. I predict overtime. Get at me. Not Wardell here, even opting for the LMG, coming with the Mac loaded in this round. They don't want a bonus round. They are full on committing. No SMGs here. Meanwhile, on the other side, the attackers have some light upgrades on their pistols, hoping to get a pick or two, maybe a spike plant if possible. But as I say that, Bikes gets the first blood.
And a filthy little recon dart there, sending that all the way back into that that attacker side of that attacker spawn side of A. Jason Cow with a nice little pick. Justin takes him back out though. Woo! Bikes just barely winning that against Fruit.
Last player standing.
And Jackblob goes down as well. Made You Look is all alone with a classic against 4 big guns. What is he going to be able to do? He's got the spike. Only one player on the A site right now, but he is watching it with an Odin like a hawk. He's going to spot out Made You Look. Made You Look's going to try to run away, but I think is going to get caught out here. And yeah, nothing he's able to do. Unfortunate, but very fortunate for the side of Team Juicy.
Yeah, and they even have some decent guns here. They went for that little bit of a greedier buy last round, not opting for the SMGs, instead having this smorgasbord of rifles and heavy weaponry. So they will have some decent gear in this round. It's not quite the same category of bonus as you would typically expect in this situation. On the side of Danny Lifestyle, it's bog standard. They got the rifles, they got the full armor. It's just the first rifle round of the half for them. Hoping to see something inspired here. It's looking like an A play here, maybe looking to return the favor, but Kurnez is definitely making that happen with the first blood. They're flying into the site. There's no time for waiting. Jason Cow, the bad one. It's all headshots as they fly into the A site here. Not Wardell. He's got this Odin. He wants to spray these guys down, but he just has no information. He gets the read because of the spray through the smoke. Not Wardell taking down Jason Cow, as finally we have a bit of quiet, but a 4 versus 2 for the attackers in the post plant.
Now Wardell sending out those arrows, that shock dart doing a bit of damage onto Fruits, and Fruits with the wallbang headshot onto Fruits, standing right on top of Kurnez, but does he know? You can see Juicy Sushi rotating around, gonna get taken down by the bad one. And Not Wardell's got to be very careful. It looks like they did spot him out, and I think he's just going to try to save that Odin with his 10 HP remaining. That's probably a good call.
Yeah, he was in a really tough spot. He had no health to really peek or work with, so while it was great that he was able to pick up that kill through the smoke from heaven there, I mean, really, that was just gravy. He's not in a position to really capitalize in the round, really make an aggressive peek and take over the site with that Odin. So instead, it's the save, has this gun coming into the next round at least, and his teammates are following up. We see a lot of rifles coming out. Actually, a second Odin with the 3 rifles. So definitely a strong buy. Nothing compared to the 5 rifles. As I say that, they're switching around like crazy. So I won't say any more other than they've got some cash.
They do, and the Guardian is an interesting pick. It's very rare to see that come out in a match like this, but I personally really like that weapon. So let's see if Bikes can make it work. And they're going to be doing a very split up push from the attackers. 2 mid, 1 A, 2 B. Very interesting. Will Jackblob be able to catch them out on this rotate through mid once that smoke dissipates? Yes, he will. Takes down Made You Look with a crisp little headshot and retreats right back to that A site. Nice little pick there.
Yeah, that's great. You get out scot-free, barely any utility used other than that poison pool. So really nice to get that free first blood and out scot-free. It just puts the attackers at such a disadvantage. Oh, a nice headshot through the wall by the bad one, showing that he is a bad one. He has earned this 18-6 score line here. Really nice little play out of him there. I thought for sure that Jackblob was going to have his head torn off, but instead just living by the skin of his teeth here. Now, Kurinez working up middle. Here's those footsteps, trying to get information so that his team can execute on a site, but not Wardell. Picks up the bad one, that heavy hitter. Kurinez, does he have this here? He gets the one. He's back out. Jason Cow backing up, but not Wardell on the other side of the map, picking up kills. Bikes now waiting for the smoke.
Ooh.
Takes down Kurinez in the 1v1. Fruits, he knows.
Last player standing.
And
Bruce manages
he's
to take down
able to
Bikes, making it a
close.
1v1. Only 12 seconds. He's
seconds
not
left.
going to have time to get that plant down. But Juicy Sushi, will he be able to take him out before the round ends? No, just going to go for that ult point and the save. And I think that's going to be it. Not too bad.
Yeah, both teams on one player, not a lot of cash in the bank. No spike plant as well. I like the call for the save there personally. You get the ult point, you don't have a lot of health, you have no idea where the other person is, and time was so strapped that it was just not really a possibility. So good little choice to save there. A tough start to the round. They did get first blooded, Danny Lau style on attack. So not too bad of a round, all things considered, but definitely hoping to get some wins back here. They do not want to have this comeback become a reality. 10-6 still feels like a solid lead, but if they lose a gun round here or there, it starts to get really nerve-wracking as Kurinez opens up on Jackblob.
Wardell on the bad one gets a nice little pick. Jason Cow taking down Bikes with that Marshall headshot. Ooh, and Juicy spraying through the wall to pick out Jason Cow. Not Wardell is still going crazy with that Odin and takes down Kurinez. It's down to a 2v3 as the attackers move towards mid.
Last player standing.
And Not Wardell gets his third of the round with that Odin onto Made You Look. Fruits is left all alone in mid to try and take this out. But I don't know if he's going to have much of a chance, especially as he gets chunked by that Killjoy drone.
Yeah,
It's just
really not
weird.
looking good for him here. Walking back out middle. I wonder if he opts for a save. It feels a little awkward to do with 40 seconds on the clock and 3 enemies alive, but it could come out here. Very defensive positioning
seconds
out of
left.
the defenders and Juicy here, stacking up in spawn, but now they're coming over to A.
Yeah, I think they realized they left a little too undefended there and wanted to make sure that Fruits couldn't get the plant down, but Justin spots him out. Just unfortunate timing on the rotate there. And that's going to be another round on the board for the side of Team Juicy. 10-7. They're evening this up slowly but surely.
And I called it, I think, 4 rounds ago. I smelt a comeback on the cards, and you know what? Every single round, it's looking more and more likely. I gotta say, I'm liking this match so far, but there is a full buy out of both sides. Not quite, maybe, actually, as it looks like Kurinez is still on that classic, maybe going to use the ultimate instead as his weaponry, but this is a big round. This is a momentum-shifting, game-changing round here. This is going to be the last full buy for a little while if the attackers win. So, what can they get done?
Let's find out. That jet ult does go down. The Sova arrow not going to be able to spot out too many people. How is Bikes already down to 10 HP? We must have missed a gunfight earlier on. Ooh, Bikes takes out the bad one with a nice little wallbang headshot. That Astra ult splitting everybody up. Kernez and Jason Cow making 2 picks onto the side of Team Juicy, giving themselves a bit of an advantage as the spike goes down in a 4v3. Teams split up, trying to sneak onto this site. They're not going to be able to do too much, as Kernez is sitting alone on top of that site. Bike's taking down Jason Cow, evening it up to a 3v3. Fruits. Bikes is so low, though, and Fruits is watching. He's got to be careful on this rotate. And Made You Look just sprays him down mid-dash. Juicy Sushi. Kernez with the Odin underneath there. Not going to be enough, though. Juicy popping him in the head. And going to take that round. And probably going to go down here as well. Ooh, yep. Juicy and Fruits going down. Now I want gum. I want some juicy fruit, man.
I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. I should do.
Looks like we're going to see a pretty solid B stack out of the side of DLS here, moving into this, what could be the penultimate round, if they manage to take it home. Going to be 4 members going B. Just one. That Astra lurking mid. To bad one is going to get taken down right away, though. And that Sova arrow is going to do a lot of damage. Jason Cow managing to take down Bikes and making it a 4v4. As Juicy Sushi is all alone on that site. And 3 members are pushing on. Kernez dashing through into that smoke. Fruits managing to take down Juicy Sushi. 4v3 now for the defenders as the Team DLS slides on into that site. Will Wardell...
Oh, and that arrow almost taking down the planner. That was so close. I thought that could have been a round swing.
It very much could have been, but Made You Look sprays down Jekblov in the back of the head. 2v4 is going to be hard.
Kernez creeping.
One enemy remaining.
Seeing if he can find anything, and he can. They line up for him. It's an effortless 2-man spray, and now it is 12-7 for Danny Lau Style. The attackers, they are on match point, and Juicy has a long way to go for this overtime.
Yes, they do. I still believe, part of me, my heart wants to believe in them, but looking at the buys from their team, it's going to be pretty unlikely. Although we've seen them do well with some unorthodox picks, so maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, this is not looking too great for their side.
Yeah, if not Wardell had that Odin in his hands, I might change my tune, say they could win the defense, but without it, without that signature, it's hard to believe. That being said, they do have 3 ultimates available, and here is one coming out. I believe that was Jekblov popping his ultimate on this A site, just trying to slow this early aggression, but the attackers, Danny Lau Style, they're already rotating through middle. They're going to turn this into an A split.
They are. Ooh, not if Justin takes down a bad one and
Spike
Juicy
down
Sushi
mid.
takes down Fruits. That's the spike down and 2 members as well. That's going to be pretty big in keeping DLS or keeping Juicy in this game. Made You Look takes down Bikes though. Kernez getting spotted out and taking a little bit of damage in the mid lane as he jumps out. Let's see how this round goes. Ooh, Jason Cow taking down Jekblov and getting that Reyna passive up. Healing back up to full. Let's see here as he breaks onto that A site nice and quick. Not Wardell, sitting in heaven, trying to see what he can do, but I don't think it's going to be too much with just that Spectre against
30
full
seconds
rifles. Spike goes down. The Killjoy ultimate goes down as well,
Last player standing.
but not Wardell gets sprayed down, and Juicy Sushi is left all alone with a Phantom and popped. DLS takes the game. GG. Very convincing win from DLS.
Danny Lau style, remaining undefeated, now 3-0 in the tournament with Juicy dropping to 2-1. This was an explosive game. The firepower on the side of Juicy just wasn't enough. We know this team as a squad with 4 immortal players. We expect the guns to come out hot, but it was just no match for the teamwork on Danny Lau style. Over and over, the spike would be planted by